For today's Cyber CEO episode,
instead of paying a transaction coordinator and paying as an assistant, it would just be the Cyberbacker managing clients for me. She's able to help me with, putting things out for social media, just anything in the background, newsletter. The biggest thing that she has helped me do is actually grow my database and feed it and nurture it and help me communicate with those people. She's really helped me with that by utilizing Command in the 𝗙𝗲𝗹𝗶𝗹 app. She's sending text messages on my behalf. She's really good. So.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Rebecca, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Yes, we're very excited to have you and again to talk to you more about what's been going on with Cyberbacker and your business. Now, for everyone's benefit, though, I need your help here real quick. Can you tell us something about yourself and your business, Rebecca?
I've been in the business for about since 2016. So almost 7 years now. And I have a YouTube channel that helps generate business for me when I can't. But it's hard work, just like any other form of lead generation. But I guess those are the two most significant things. And then I'm out of the Dallas-Fort Worth market area. So.
Okay. So also a lot of years there in real estate and also have your own YouTube page. I think that's good. The big thing nowadays, especially when it comes to social media, right after the pandemic, everyone was like on their phones, on their computers because it was locked down, something like that, right?
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, my next question is, how were you introduced then to the idea of virtual leverage and Cyberbacker?
So I did go to family reunion, I want to say last year, not this year, but last year. And I know Cyberbacker was brought up there, and then a couple of the other agents out of my office as well. They also kind of were using Cyberbacker and were kind of, I don't know if testing it out for me is the right phrase, but they were just giving me, their experiences too with Cyberbacker. So I thought it would be a good idea to just try it out and see how it would kind of fit with what I was trying to accomplish with my business.
Okay, so we're trying it out. So basically, this is your first time really then working with someone virtual. Am I right?
Correct. Yes. Before I had an assistant that was in the office itself. So.
Okay. Now, talk to me more about that. Was it a big change for you now having to work with someone who's virtual? Because I know, again, typically before the pandemic, we were all like in an office setup, meeting each other face to face on a daily basis. Now, the world's going a bit more virtual. So how was the transition for you personally and your business?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, going from an assistant to a virtual assistant, obviously, you still have your check-ins that you try to do every day, making sure that they understand what their jobs and what they need to prioritize for the day. But I would say the biggest difference is probably like, she can't come and like help me decorate before an event or, those types of things, or she can't, handwrite, stuff for me that I would have, tasked to an assistant. But other than those things, there's a lot of virtual things that she can do during her time that we have together.
There we go. And how long have you been working with Jerry, though, Cyberbacker?
I've been working with Jerry since this last fall. So fall of 22.
Fall of 22. Okay. So a few months there in to the partnership. Yeah. Now, I want to talk more about Jerry, specifically tasks. What tasks did you need help with? That's why you partnered with Cyberbacker.
Yeah, I really needed help with getting my database further organized. I'd already had the previous assistant start working on that. And so I needed someone to really just get in there and help kind of finish that job. And then also to, I was needing that person to kind of take over what the other person was doing with client care and hopefully to replace the transaction coordinator that I typically hire per transaction. So that way, instead of paying a transaction coordinator and paying as an assistant, it would just be the Cyberbacker managing those clients for me. And then also too, I mean, she's able to help me with, putting things out for social media, just anything in the background, newsletter. I mean, we'll talk more about some of that stuff a little bit later, but I was just really needing some sort of support, and especially with the focus being on my database, just to kind of get things going and started.
So basically, your Cyberbacker is almost everywhere in the business, everywhere virtually.
I know. Yes, pretty much.
Now, those tasks, a lot of them right now, but obviously, Jerry's going to be wanting to do more for the business, to help the business grow. So long-term plans. Do you have any new tasks that you got planned for her to do, let's say within the next few months from today, though?
I would say that long term, I mean, I kind of gave her a glimpse of ChatGPT and some of the things that it can also do to help even simplify what she's doing already, which is she's also writing articles. She's going through stuff there as well. But just to give her, she can type it in English. She can also type it in Tagalog, and then she can translate from there if she wanted to. So there's lots of different ways for her to utilize that as a language tool, whether it's her writing an email for me and then me just going through and proofing it, or her, helping me with a newsletter in the future. So we're going to utilize ChatGPT. That's going to be one of the things that we're going to do here in the future. And then also I'm going to have her start using that tool to help with my descriptions in YouTube. So she can actually take that, and we can ask the AI to, write a brief description of this video and copy and paste the video that I've created. And it should be able to create a description from there. And then she can help copy and paste, upload all of that stuff. The other thing too, aside from that, is I'm going to start trying to be more systematic with the current clients that I have and those in my pipeline. And so I've got a strategic plan to help with that and with Jerry. So that's part of her daily role or daily task, is to kind of, follow up and check in with some of these clients so they don't fall through the cracks. They don't get missed, because follow up is a big part of the real estate business, as you know.
Definitely agree with you there. And again, that's going to be very exciting for your partnership with your Cyberbacker. Of course, more things to do, more opportunities to grow, of course.
Yes.
Now, talk to me more about the partnership though that you have with Jerry. It seems like you've already created this great system that works with you, your business, and your Cyberbacker. How did it get to this point though? How did you start to create a successful partnership with someone who's virtual?
I would say it's always difficult in the beginning. And I know that Cyberbacker tries to offload a lot of that. She was already trained in command and with some of the systems and the 𝗙𝗲𝗋𝗶𝗹, I guess is the right, words or terms to kind of put there. But she was already familiar with those types of things, which was really helpful. And if she didn't know or understand, she could always go and find out what the answer was to the question, whatever it was. If it was a command issue or something like that, she could ask other backers or other people for support help. But I would say that with our connection, just because every agent is different, I think you also still have to dedicate that time in the beginning to really help them understand where you want them to go and how you want them to do things. Because how I do something is going to be different than another person. Yeah. And so making sure that you do spend that time, especially in the beginning, to, make sure that she's, I've even had her say, look, hey, Jerry, I really need help on Saturday. Can you clock in for an hour or two to get this done for me and then come in? Or, we'll negotiate stuff like that all the time. And I just make sure that I'm being respectful of her time. And then she's always respectful of mine. I don't even have to question that. Like she's always like, oh, yeah. she's really good. So.
Gosh, it just seems to me that you've created that perfect partnership when it comes to Jerry and yourself as well, Rebecca. Also mentioned earlier being respectful as well. How about communication though? I know it's a virtual partnership, working with each other, thousands of miles difference. How crucial is communication in a partnership just like this one?
Oh, it's really crucial. I would say the biggest struggle and hurdle with our communication is that I get busy a lot of times, and she's, I don't think afraid is the right word, but she's hesitant to, continue to bug or call me about something, especially if she really needs an answer to it. But I'm trying to encourage her to like, it's okay. Just keep, I'm just so busy. It's not that I don't want to respond or don't answer. It's just that I'm really consumed with whatever task it is, or a client, or somebody maybe I've had to put out several fires, and usually that consumes what I'm doing. I'm also busy personally. I do have 6 children. My oldest is 11. My youngest is sleeping right now. He's 11 months. So I have a pretty big dynamic here at the household, making sure that all of that is taken care of as well. So I'm a busy person, and the fact that if I can't get to Jerry and she can't get the question answered, I know like there's no doubt in my mind that she's trying to figure out what the answer is without me, or she's always looking for things to help support something that I do. So there's not really ever a doubt when it comes to communication, or even lack of communication. It's more so on mine than it is hers. She's always we're always checking in. We're always trying to stay in communication with one another. So
again, very, very important. Even if it's not on an hourly basis, not even on a daily basis, just as long as there is communication, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, talk to me more about, of course, the partnership that you have then with Jerry. So far that you've been working with Jerry for the past few months here, what's been the biggest success that you've earned being partnership with her? Because a lot of our listeners are, again, business owners that might really benefit on how inspirational and could be these success stories be. So probably, do you have any, let's say, data or any metrics that you can share with us today that's been very successful between you and Jerry?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say the biggest thing that she's really helped me do that even my other assistants, I guess, couldn't do or whatever. We'll not go there. But the biggest thing that she has helped me do is actually grow my database and feed it and nurture it and help me communicate with those people, especially those that maybe I haven't talked to in a while, with me being so busy. And if I have, 2 or 3 pieces of business that I'm working on at the same time, it's hard for me to also, be a mother and be a wife and be over here volunteering and doing this, and also trying to regularly communicate with those people around me, whether they're clients that just closed on a house or those that I closed a couple of years ago, trying to stay in constant communication with them. She's really helped me with that by utilizing Command and the 𝗙𝗹𝗹 app. The 𝗙𝗹𝗹 app. She's sending text messages on my behalf. I also have given her access to my instant messenger on Facebook, which I know a lot of people are like, no, don't do that. That's it. I'm like, I need to speak to these people and I don't have time. So she's able to copy and paste messages from me to those people. And I get responses, and I'll interact with people from high school that I haven't talked to in forever, or college, and just trying to see how I can give them value and support and reconnect with them. And it's added, probably at least 50 or more people to my database. And we're trying to do that every month with a touch, with birthdays. Hey, we see, because Facebook's really big on birthdays. Hey, we've got a birthday's coming up. We'd love to send you a birthday card. What's your mailing address? Really trying to feed that database more and more, because the more information that I have, the more that I can give value to the people around me and those that want to work with me. Obviously, the newsletter too plays a role as well, because that has also been a touch once a month to just people that I know, and we're going through the metrics on it, I want to say we've done it successfully for the last 3 months. And we had a 50% open rate the first time it went out. And I think we're at 58% of open rate. So we're continuing to try to grow that as well, and see what kind of responses we're getting, even from those that have unsubscribed. So we're analyzing all the data from that as well, and seeing how we can just continue to pour into, the people and get messages and information out to people. Yeah.
Gosh, that's really exciting, because again, in just a span of the amount of time that you've been working together, a lot of huge wins, a lot of success. Now, there's something exciting because again, it's for the future, building up for the future of the business, the growth of the business. Obviously, we've been talking about 𝗔𝗰𝗰 for a while now, and for sure, once we have this online, she's going to be able to listen and watch this. So I was wondering, do you have any special messages or a quick shout out you'd like to give out to your rockstar cyberbacker, 𝗔𝗰𝗰?
I would just like to say that 𝗔𝗰𝗰, even though we may not talk as much, that I really appreciate all that you do for me, and I know that you are always working super hard on my behalf. And say hello to your Lola for me.
There you go. Now, we are very, very excited to see the continued success of this partnership, of course. And again, Rebecca, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking to you.
Yes, it was good talking to you as well.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.